So let's start with our new segment, which we're very excited about. It's got some snazzy animation, and it's called Diamond in the Rough. Look at that. That's beautiful. I love that so much. Today, we're going to talk about Aaron Graves, who has, well, the honor of being the first ever Diamond in the Rough right here on the #1 ranked show. Now, I'm going to set this up because it's talking Iowa football, and I almost never have an opportunity to talk Iowa football in the offseason because Iowa football does not do much in the offseason. As a matter of fact, they didn't really do anything in the transfer portal at all in the offseason. They have made a living out of identifying players in high school, redshirting them, growing them up to be big, fast, strong Hawkeyes, and then trying to overachieve in the Big Ten West. And that's exactly what they did in 2021, going 10-4, get into the Big Ten championship game, eventually losing to Michigan, who played in the college football playoff and then got housed by Georgia. But for Aaron Graves, this is remarkable. Now, many of you might have seen last week I tweeted about Aaron Graves because he had won Max Prep's National Male Athlete of the Year, which is no small feat. Other people that have won Max Prep's National Male Athlete of the Year include Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry, and Patrick Mahomes, along with guys like Ohio State Terrell Pryor. And this goes back to 2008. As you can see, good God, this is a child. I mean, this is a new man, but look at this. Like, this guy's made in a lab. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Kirk Ferentz went and grew this dude into a lab because he is the perfect Iowa football player for Coach Ferentz. So let me reel this off, right? He's a defensive lineman, plays edge, I think, but we'll see this absolute unit. Goodness me. He doesn't have a Twitter account. Not much of a social media presence at all, which, every college football coach would love, but Kirk Ferentz, I got to believe, loves a little bit more than most. He had a 4.0 GPA in high school. He already has his associate's degree, right, that he got from Iowa Central. He is 6'5". He is 270, and he is physically comparable to J.J. Watt and athletically comparable to Aaron Donald. Now, the Aaron Donald comp, I understand, but you can see the J.J. Watt from him doing those stiff leg deadlifts. That's ridiculous. He is the first Max Prep's National Male Athlete of the Year from Iowa, right? And this dude lettered in 4 sports. Now, check this out. 63 tackles, 14 for loss, 7.5 sacks at nose tackle in high school. Also played guard for Southeast Valley. He finished 28-3 and placed 4th in the heavyweight wrestler division as a senior in Iowa, which is no mean feat, right? Because, look, or no small feat. It is a mean feat. Iowa produces wrestlers, kind of like Oklahoma produces wrestlers. Shout out to the Memorial Chargers, for which I was captain of the wrestling team. We didn't do that much in-state, but it was fun. Meanwhile, we got places like Coweta. We got places like Catoosa, and then everybody wants to end up at Stillwater to be coached by John Smith. That's what you had at Iowa, right? You have it right now. Iowa and Iowa State wrestling is ridiculous. It's why they have a great high school wrestling culture, and this dude has basically got 28-3 record off of athleticism because he does not have time to devote to exclusively wrestling. I would love to see what that man is capable of as a heavyweight in college. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Iowa wrestling. Anyway, the Hawkeyes are deep at defensive line, so, they got 8 players that they're probably going to rotate in, but it'd be really difficult to keep this dude off the field because he's just an athlete. Look, 22 points, 8.2 rebounds per game. In track, he threw the shot 53, 9 3/4 inches, which is ridiculous. All right, other part about this that I really love is that Aaron Graves perhaps could come out and be the best defensive end to be produced out of Iowa. And this is a place that has produced some outstanding defensive ends, right? A.J. Epineza comes to mind. Viv Valkenburg comes to mind. He also will have an opportunity to go against what I think is going to be one of the better offensive lines in football because that's just what Iowa does. Now, I'm mentioning Aaron Graves here because I am that excited to see this dude play football, but also because Iowa's defense could again be one of the best in the country. I was just taking a look at this. They got 2 dudes that had 100 tackles last year returning at linebacker, right? One of them in particular had 140 tackles in a season of football. Other had 105. We're talking about Riley Moss having 4 interceptions. And we're talking about an Iowa defense that had 25 interceptions in 1 year of football. I, like you, would really like to see Spencer Petras come on and be the kind of quarterback that we've pretty much never seen at Iowa, where you throw the ball around, you have a good time. Peak Iowa is basically the best Wisconsin team ever, right? Now, in the Big Ten West, you have some teams that I expect to be there. Minnesota being one of them. Nebraska, I want Nebraska to be good, just like most people in Nebraska want Nebraska to be good, to be honest with you. And then we can see, right? It's kind of wide open. Purdue is, I think, doesn't get its due, no pun intended, but it's all about whether or not they can distribute the football and distribute it well. I'm excited to see what this dude does. Kirk Ferentz offered him as a freshman. He said yes on the spot. He did not take any visits anywhere else. He did not want to hear from anybody else. He's going straight to Des Moines to play, or Iowa City, excuse me, not Des Moines. Des Moines is where Drake is. Iowa City to play football at Iowa. Excited about that. Thanks for watching this video. And remember, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos on the #1 ranked show YouTube channel.